Hi, welcome to Introduction to Statistics. In this video, we're going to be covering the empirical rule, which only applies to bell-shaped distributions. So there are three percentages that you would need to remember: 68, 95, 99.7. I'll explain in a bit, but the empirical rule is sometimes called the 1, 2, 3 rule, and that's going to make a little bit more sense in a bit when I explain it. So 68. The empirical rule says given a bell-shaped distribution, approximately 68% of data values are within one standard deviation of the mean. Furthermore, it also says that approximately 95% of data values are within two standard deviations of the mean. And then three standard deviations, approximately 99.7% of data values are within three standard deviations of the mean. So let's try to make sense of what this says. Let's go back here. So let's say that we have something like IQ scores, and we know that the mean of IQ score is 100, and the standard deviation for IQ scores is, I'm just going to make something up and say like it's 10. All right. So given a normal distribution, the value that's in the middle here is always the mean in a normal distribution. So this would be 100, and each of these tick marks would be one standard deviation. So for example, this one would be one standard deviation to the right, which would be 110. This one would be 120. This one is 130. All right, so if we go to the left, this one would be 90. This one would be 80. This one would be 70. All right, so according to the empirical rule, approximately 68% of IQ scores is between 90 and 110, which is one standard deviation to the right, one standard deviation to the left. Between 90 and 110, we have 68% of all IQ scores. And with the 95%, again, the mean was 100. Standard deviation was 10, so this would be 110. This is 120. This is 90. This is 80. So it also says approximately 95% of, in this case, IQ scores would be between 80 and 120. And then finally, let's fill this out again. So 100, again, the mean was 100 and the standard deviation was 10. So we have 110, 120, 130, and then going to the left, we have 90, 80, 70. So we have approximately 99.7% of all IQ scores in this case is within between 70 and 130 IQ score. And that's three standard deviations within the mean, right? Here's a mean, three standard deviations to the right, three standard deviations to the left. Within three standard deviations, we have 99.7% of all data values. So in this case, in our example here, IQ scores. So hopefully that was helpful. As always, let me know if you have any questions.